Reid is one of the leading racists and homophobes and anti-Semites on television today. The fact that she's still there shocks me. MSNBC and NBC are owned by Comcast. Comcast relies on subscribers, cable subscribers, for its business. It's based in my hometown of Philadelphia, and it really is disgraceful, the reprobates it puts on MSNBC, but she's the worst of the worst. She spews her poison against Sam Alito with her ignorance and her hate. Go.
Good evening, everyone. We begin the readout tonight with the frightening truth about where we are headed post-Roe, as the public outright continues to grow and as protests intensify. Over the weekend, abortion rights protesters demonstrated outside the homes of Justice Brett Kavanaugh and Chief Justice John Roberts.
Now, why are they demonstrating outside Roberts' home when apparently he's going to be part of the four minority? It's just amazing. And notice she's all excited about it. Oh, they're protesting in front of their homes. Of course, if they were protesting in front of the homes of the left, they'd all be white supremacists who obviously are insurrectionists, and everybody's part of the Proud Boys and all the other groups, right? No, wrong. Go ahead.
Which even some Democrats joined right-wingers in criticizing.
Oh, right-wingers who criticize them. Does everybody who takes the opposite position of her, is everybody white and a right-winger? What kind of a world does this fool live in? Go ahead.
I mean, I suppose if the justices don't like the First Amendment, they could just drive to another state where the legislature has determined that the constitutional right...
First Amendment, last time I checked, is in the Constitution, you dimwit. Abortion is not. Drive to another state. You think you're funny. You're demonstrating how dumb you are. Go ahead.
It applies, right? I mean, that is what they're telling women to do if they want to control their own bodies, right? But I digress.
No, you always digress. You're right there in the gutter. How about we discuss the viability of the baby? How about we discuss something very, very easy, the last few weeks of the pregnancy? Should we discuss that? No, I digress. Go ahead.
Tonight, I would like to draw your attention to a rather telling footnote in Justice Samuel Alito's treatise on stripping the rights of half our population by overturning Roe.
Stripping the rights of half our population. Does she represent all women in this country? Of course not. Every woman in my life rejects this position. Okay, there's differences of opinion, but why is it assumed that a radical kook like her or a radical kook like Schumer or Pelosi and all the rest of them represent half the country, meaning all the women in this country? It's a lie. But I know who they don't represent. Not a single one of the aborted babies who don't have a vote, who don't have a TV platform, who don't have a lobby on their behalf, because they can't speak. They're dead. Go.
Which caught a bit of online attention this weekend. Now, in this footnote, Alito cites a CDC report from 2008, and it notes, quote, nearly 1 million women were seeking to adopt children in 2002, whereas the domestic supply of infants relinquished at birth or within the first month of life and available to be adopted had become virtually non-existent, unquote. The domestic supply of infants. Well, that line caught some diligent Twittersons as weird, kind of creepy. But in fact, Alito's citation backs up an argument that was pushed by fellow religious ultra-conservative Justice Amy Coney Barrett during her questioning in the Dobbs v. Mississippi case last.
No. They're responding to the likely attack that we hear over and over again from morons like her, which is these are unwanted babies. Unwanted. And Alito is saying, and perhaps other justices are saying, oh, they're wanted. They're wanted by other families, by other women who can't conceive, or they can, but they would like to have adopted children. So these are not unwanted babies. That's why he's saying what he's saying. There's nothing creepy about it. Go ahead.
After Barrett noted that both Roe and Casey emphasize the burdens of parenting and focuses on the consequences of parenting and obligations of motherhood, she asked, why don't the safe haven laws take care of that problem? Safe haven laws, of course, refer to laws in several states that allow people to drop off infants that they don't want at firehouses and police stations and other safe locations without legal consequences, like being charged with abandonment. It is, in short, the forced birth adoption option.
It's not a forced birth adoption option. What did the court do here? Did the court rule that abortion is unconstitutional? No. They ruled, we have no say in this. We're agnostic, even maybe atheist. We have no say in this. It's left for the states and the people of the states. However, since we know we're going to be attacked as propagandists and demagogues like her about what if women don't want these children, there are adoption options that are available. And the problem is these justices view this as another life. That's the problem for Joy Reid and the others. They cannot get it through their thick craniums. And so the justices are making arguments saying, hey, look, we can't get involved in this. We might want to, we might like to, but the Constitution does not provide us with a basis for ruling. That said, in response to your likely arguments, women are not required to raise these babies if they don't feel they financially can, or, as the Secretary of Treasury said, they're kind of interfering with their comfort level, or some such crap. That there are ways for these babies to survive and be raised by others. They're responding to the unbelievable attacks from the left. Go ahead.
And there is a long history of the Christian right seeking to do that, to make...
All right, that's enough. That's enough. Whites, the Christian right, right wing, religious fanatics. This is a sick woman.
For more, sign up for LevinTV.